really being so rigid. So thank you for joining us on our Saturday morning. I'm Stephana Johnson, the PR Manager for District 7, and I am joined by someone you all probably know, because when I was at TLI last week, I heard your name come up so many times. And the reason I wanted to have you on today, Leanna, is that I heard not from one, not from two, not from three, multiple people say, Leanna's like a den mother. She's the den mother. She just keeps everything. I mean, this theme kept coming up in each meeting that I was in, and like different people would say it. And I know my personal impact, the impact that you had on me personally from years and years and years ago. So I thought, who better to have on for PR than you yourself, who's creates this energy of warmth, inviting, comfort, safe, just so many beautiful words that encourage the connection that I know our club, my local club that I am in with Clark County Toastmasters, that's what makes us special. That's what makes us family. And I've heard that with others, but for you, you've got this overarching energy for the entire district, and it's weaved for years. And I really would love to know your secrets. And I think if you shared your secret, it would transform the district. Okay, so I would love to know your secret. And you could even, maybe people don't know how much you've been involved and for how long you've been involved with Toastmasters and all the things you've done within the district as well as within each club. And so I want to hear it all.
Well, thank you. That is quite a tall order. I've been a Toastmaster for 12 and a half years. My home club is Marylhurst. And I joined it. It was my son's club. And he'd been the club president, so I joined that one. And the way I expanded out of my club and got into district activities was first from Devaney Bywaters, who was in my club and went on to be one of our district directors. But most specifically, it was Phyllis Harmon. I got an email from her one day and she said, would you like to meet me at Starbucks? I have an idea for you. And that was a joke for many years. Don't go to Starbucks with anybody because you're going to be asked to do something. And that's when she asked me to replace her as education coordinator. And that meant that I was involved in putting on the TLIs. And I did that 2 years in a row for 2 different district directors. So I had a lot of experience doing TLIs and helping find conference speakers. And then I decided I was going to get my DTM. And I had a wonderful mentor who many District 7 people remember, and that's Scott Stevenson. He was in my home club. And he really encouraged me to get my DTM. Well, that meant I had to be an area director. Well, when you're done with area director, the natural progression is division director. Then I was the public relations manager for the district. I also chaired some conferences. I was the club coach coordinator for a year and a half. And these little opportunities kept knocking at my door. And then I ran for, at the time it was called Lieutenant Governor of Marketing. Now we call Club Growth Director. So then I went through the trio. And since then, just since finishing in the trio. It's my second time as area director. And last year I was the education coordinator for the district and planned the TLIs. So I've had a lot of wonderful opportunities to stretch and grow and learn, and most of all, to meet lots of new people. And then when you meet new people, they invite you to their clubs. And that's one way that I've gotten around and been able to meet people from all over the district. It's a lot of work to take on any of the roles in Toastmasters. There's no question about it. But I look at it as it was always happy work because we had results at the end. You watched people grow. Now, my home club, we're working on our 16th year as President's Distinguished. That is a really big deal. And I let people know at the beginning of the year, all 7 of our officers will be trained both times because that's what we do. And we will be a President's Distinguished Club because that's what we are. And that's what we're going to do. But it takes all of us working together to make that success. And I like to step back a little bit and let other people do those things. Let other people submit awards, and then I'll come and kind of backfill a little bit, give people that opportunity to be successful. Because I have spent so many years in district service, I have not been able to compete in contests. So I like to really support by being the contest chair, the chief judge, to encourage people to try out contests. I say everybody ought to be in at least one contest because you're never going to know if it's something you love. I think about Ryan Avery, and he started with a club contest and ended up the world champion of public speaking, all here in District 7. So I think everybody owes it to themselves to get out of their comfort zone. Just try. I did it once. I won my club's speech, humor speech contest, went on to the area, and was just knocked out by Chris Swanson, who went on to win the district humor speech contest that year about the accountant noir. I'm sure that's one of those speeches that over all the years I still remember and sticks out in my mind. And it's so fun to see people be so successful. I really enjoy that. And watching people grow is unbelievable. Some people are, when they come into Toastmasters, they're insecure. They really struggle. And then to see them in just a matter of a few months, just to gradually watch that confidence grow and to see them be successful, work through their path, give some wonderful speeches, great table topics. I particularly love that. And I have some real favorite people in Toastmasters that, boy, they have just grown by leaps and bounds. Very rewarding. Oh, did I answer all your questions?
Oh my goodness. So just listening to you, it's clear your essence is this nurturing, giving, supporting, nourishing energy. I mean, that's just who you are at your essence. So it's not like, I think it can be taught, because just listening to you, it's inspiring me and it's encouraging me to well, there's so many notes here and I want to unpack just a little bit, and then I do have 2 specific questions. So you you were, every time you said something about, well, happy work, I love that, happy work. But then when you were talking about your club and the intention, everything you said was so intentional and clear. 16th year, all of our clubs, all of our 7 members, twice a year, they get trained. We're all in this together. That's what we are. That is pure intention. But you didn't do it from a place of like overpowering. It was just clear intention. And then you've got this other piece where you are so encouraging to people in your club. So I can see right there, I mean, these are qualities and traits that I want all of us is to find within ourselves so that we can do that for our clubs and be, create these teams. Then, just as you were expressing how you love watching people grow, and you see when they come in and they start insecure and they move into and they find their confidence and they find their footing. I mean, that's profound, because I think there's a lot of people who come in and think that they have to be perfect right off. And you definitely give this energy where it's okay to be like you don't judge. You're not coming in from a place of you're bad. You suck. You don't know what you're doing. There's none of that. And so it's almost like you open up the space and the room for them to come in and just find themselves and so I love that. And stepping out of your comfort zone. I mean, if these are really key things, and there's a lot of inspiration and there's a lot of motivating, inspirational people out there, but they're also sometimes hard-nosed of like, just go get it done, just suck it up. Or, I hear some of that. And that's the one thing that I've never experienced from you. And I think that differentiates you in such a fine way, because this reputation now that you clearly have as this den mother energy, that I just have this vision of this beautiful warmth blanketing the district from you. And how do you, so there's the one hand, it's the essence of who you are as a being, as a person. And then there's and that you even said that you went to your son's club. I mean, that you have the mother energy, you have the nurturing energy and the supportive energy, that you went to your son's club and now you're there 12 and a half years later. That's amazing. So I guess what I could say is that we all can embrace this energy more of being more nurturing and to ourselves as well. Right? Okay, so my questions for you are, how have you kept from burning out? So we'll start with that, and then I'll ask you the second question.
How do I keep from burning out? This is table topics, isn't it? Well, truthfully, sometimes I do feel a little bit overwhelmed. And when I start a new Toastmaster year, I kind of decided in advance what I am going or not going to do. I really hadn't planned to be an area director this year. But it reminds me of one of those old lines I've heard many times in the past. Your district needs you. One of my club's feedbackers is in the H division. And we were short a number of area directors. And I thought, okay, I can do that. So I offered to be an area director. And then I got very involved with some of the behind the scenes of TLI this time. And I did feel a little bit overwhelmed sometimes, but you have to look at the big picture. And I am constantly struggling. I think I'd have figured it out by now, but I haven't. And that is really to organize my time, because I can go down rabbit holes like you can't believe. I can get on the computer and I can start something, and then it's 2 hours later and I have not done what I set out to do. So I really have to keep myself kind of in check a little bit. I think it's good not really to bite off more than you can chew. And I do admire people who, I don't know, they take a look at all that they have going on in their life and they make a decision about what they can have the time and the energy and the creativity to devote to it, and those items that just need to go by the wayside. And I know when we ask people if they will do something and they say, oh no, then that's always disappointing. But I think sometimes you need to take a little breather. And so I'll do that. I'll just say, no, I'm taking the weekend off from Toastmasters, and I'm just not even going to think about that until Monday morning. And that helps, just to get that little break. And it also, when you know that there's deadlines coming up, then that's easy. You go, okay, TLI will be over in the afternoon of December 4th, and then I can do that because it'll be over. But as far as Toastmasters in general, I've kind of had a pattern of 11 years. I was involved in some really big projects, and it ended up when I felt that I had completed my role. Each of those was 11 years. And I kind of thought after 11 years in Toastmasters that I would just kind of dribble off the court. But that didn't happen. And one of the reasons is because of the people. And this really is my Toastmaster family. And it's been really hard with COVID and not getting together every week and seeing people. Zoom is the next best thing, but it's really not the same at all. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to in-person meetings and seeing those people up close and personal. So it's all about the people. And I think that is the real silver lining of Toastmasters, is all the friends and lifelong connections that you make with people. Your path and mine would never have crossed if it weren't for Toastmasters. I mean, we even live in different states, so we never would have seen each other. And I don't think I ever would have seen any of the other people that I know if it weren't for Toastmasters. And they are some of my dearest friends.
Yeah, this is encouraging and really moving. And I want to just repeat back a few things that I feel are important for all of us to remember. You said, look at the big picture. Decide, but from a self-aware place. Don't be too hard on yourself, and create, but take a breather when you need to take a breather. And I really appreciate that you did share that you do get overwhelmed and that you have experienced that you're not completely perfect, because, some of us can observe and think that someone outside of ourselves is perfect and they have it all together. So thank you for being transparent about that and sharing. The overall theme and what ties this all together is that you have a sense of service, but not servitude. And that's what's key for you. You come from a place of genuine, caring service for the people, but you also get served by that. So it's not servitude. And this is really important. And I think that when people do volunteer or take on roles of Toastmasters, that they get burned out because it becomes servitude. And everything that you've said it's happy work. Oh my gosh, I thought that's going to be my new little theme that I want to share with everybody. Happy work. Leanna says happy work. That's what I think will be so valuable for all of us to see as we do work and volunteer on TLI or do different, show up to our leadership roles and know how much that we do impact people's lives. You're right. I would not have ever met you. I would not have met any of the people that I've met had I not been in Toastmasters and done that. So this is so powerful and so encouraging. Thank you so much for your time. I'm grateful. And I know you're back to it with a busy train the trainer right after this, right?
Yes, as area directors, we'll be doing the makeup training. So we're preparing for it. If club officers did not attend training at TLI, here's your chance.
Do you have the date for those yet for Train the Trainer?
The Train the Trainer is today at 11, and there's another one in January.
Okay. I didn't realize this. So this is actually training the trainer today at 11?
Yes.
For anyone that they could actually show up. This isn't you planning. So this is people that didn't make it to TLI last week.
No, this is for the area directors.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
So that we are prepared to train you.
Got it.
Club officer. And that all needs to be completed by October 28th.
Okay. Yeah, this is probably something that I should have you back on again to see how we can make sure. I don't know if I needed to promote that. So everyone hearing this, 11 o'clock, if you're an area director, you need to be with Leanna. If you're an area director, I'll make sure we get the link put in District 7 Toastmasters so that they know come to do that hopefully they can jump on if they have a Saturday morning ready to go. Thank you so much for your time. I was there at TLI. I did all my training and it was awesome.
I know.
TLI was awesome.
I read your posts on Facebook. So thank you. And thank you for stepping up to be our public relations manager for the district. You're doing a fabulous job.
I'm having fun and learning so much. I'm learning so much. I can't wait to implement it and share it with everybody else and all the VPBRs. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you later. I appreciate your time so much. Thanks for jumping on with me.
Great. Thank you, Stephana. Bye-bye.
Bye.